mouse, or that screen phone, you're watching Spread Those Wings.
Man.
Wow, that was the lamest crack I've done in a very long time. Guys, welcome back. Spread Those Wings. I think it's episode 208. Gary, I don't know numbers anymore.
Wow.
But yeah, we've been going a long time.
I lost track after like episode 10.
Well, that was a long time ago, I can tell you that. We just keep finding more and more apparent gems. Mm-hmm. And the best thing for you and I, Gary, is we're finding cheaper apparent gems.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks we found, hopefully these wings are good, but
last week was just not great with their miscommunications, but I still like the flavors.
Yeah.
Guys, Spread Those Wings. I am the Buffalo Wing View Kyle Rennie. The far side of your camera, that is the Dryer Daddy, Gary Help. We are joined this week, a friend of the show, Alex Manti.
Hello, everybody.
Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
You might have, I don't know if you've seen Alex on the Wing Festivals in the past, but you've probably heard her in the past helping out with episodes. She helped around Wing Festivals, the last couple of years.
Yes, sir. It's my first time.
It is your first time on the show.
Yeah.
We knocked off you and your future husband.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you and your
Just
future husband both have been on the
kidding.
show in the last 10, actually.
yeah. He was our first
After 200.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, yeah, Gary, I don't know, I have no gripes with them, so I'm going to say it on the air. There's another Facebook group called the Buffalo Wing Coalition, and they put out, like, once every year, once every 6 months, a pyramid, and it's, like, the top of the top, and then they actually tier, like, the old food pyramid that would never made sense. But this has been a place I keep seeing a lot of people talk about. This week we went to the Overpass Pub. Gary, this location's really bad news for us.
Yeah.
It's a stone's throw from Kaz Golf Course.
Oh, no.
So we're going to just be picking up a thing of wings on the way there and just eating them on the golf course. But this is also probably, I think, the first time in memory I can think. We have a medium and a hot, and then we have two, I guess, mystery wings?
Yeah, they had weird names on them. You said they didn't have a description online.
Yeah,
So.
there's no description online. They just had a simple thing. The one's called the BFG, which, I mean, I've known as the Big Friendly Giant or Big Fucking Giant. And then I don't like how they've written this one as Buki, but it's the Buccipotomus. Without any further ado, I guess let's get into these medium wings.
All right. Shall we? All right.
Alex, are you flats or drums?
I'm flat.
I love that. And it's the bottom of the barrel. Oh wow.
Nice and saucy.
Alex prefers to not dip in blue cheese.
I do not. It's a little un-Buffalo of me, I know.
That's fine. We've seen worse.
She is.
And that would be my newborn daughter pissed off she can't have wings.
I know, it's rude, Ruby. I know.
Put that there for Gary. Now pass me that thing again. I definitely think I need more.
Was the blue cheese homemade thing?
They didn't
Or did they?
list it as either or, but
It just wasn't in like a Ken's thing?
definitely was not in the Ken's thing. I can tell you that. I'm actually kind of impressed. I really like the sauce.
I apologize to the fans. I am not a graceful eater. So, it is what it is.
Gary, definitely would tell you I think this is homemade blue cheese.
Let's see. I'm gonna get a little bit of sauce up in here.
I will say, no celery or carrots.
I actually like the drum better.
Better crisp? Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, Gary. If the way of me getting wings almost back at $1 a wing is to not have celery and carrots, I'll take the hit.
Yeah.
I'll start us off. Little bit shocked here. 25-minute drive home. I know they're fresh out, but that crisp is really good on that. Somewhere between, I guess, like that elite crisp and the pizza place crisp. It's a little dried out, but not bad.
Right.
I'm gonna go 8 on the crisp. Amount of meat, I'll go 7.5. I didn't really have a super big flat on either of the two, but they weren't bad. Amount of sauce, I will go 8.5. For a medium, that's definitely more sauce than you usually get. Usually it kind of soaks into the wing. It's just in its butter.
Usually drier.
So I enjoyed that. Flavor, I'm going to go 9 also. I kind of really fuck with that medium. Almost a little ting. Not like super hot, but you can tell it's not just Frank's.
It's just not loaded with butter.
It is not just Frank's either, which is a plus sign. And it was a buck 40 per wing.
Oh, wow.
Which a buck 35 I think per wing, which is really, really good. Excuse me. I'll go a 9. Like, I would buy that, especially if I went there. It was kind of a really cool aesthetic. It looks like a piece of shit on the outside.
Okay.
Inside, it's kind of this nice cozy. It's a long bar, a pool room, and then a dining room in the back.
Okay.
So it's like split into 3s. It's way bigger inside than I thought. The bar was popping, and I could see the 3 tables in the dining room that I could see were all full. I'm gonna go 84 on that medium. Kind of impressed there, Gary.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 8 on the crisp. I didn't have any qualms with the crisp. Meat, I'm gonna go 7.5. The only reason being I had the biggest drum in there, and then I took a look just to kind of see what everybody else was getting at. The flats and drums left are not as big, so overall score 7.5. I'm not gonna complain. Sauce, I will go with an 8.5. I think the amount of sauce on there is pretty good. Left some on my fingers, left some in the blue cheese, so there's enough sauce on there. Flavor, I'll go with a 7.5. I think as a medium, as it goes, is pretty basic, but nothing to complain about. I think if you're at the bar, you're ordering these wings, you'll be fine with them, drunk or sober. And then price, I'm going to go with an 8. I think having cheap wings that taste decent cannot go wrong, so that's a 79.
I'm gonna double down on what you said about the bar. I think if I was like at this place as regular and I'm hammered and got those wings, there's no controlling me. I'd be fucking ecstatic with these wings hammered.
Yeah.
Alex, and if you need help, let us know.
Yeah, so my first review here, so crisp. Yeah, I'm gonna say an 8 as well. I think that's pretty fair. Definitely that second one I had bumped that score up for me. The taste overall, for a medium, it's, hard to judge because it's a pretty basic, standard wing. But I would say, we'll do like a 7. I'm being a little picky here.
That's fine.
And then for meat, I'd say like 8.5.
Okay.
Especially that drum had a really lot of good meat on there. And then what are we doing price?
We still need sauce.
Oh, sauce.
If it's to your liking. So just because if there's a lot and you are somebody who doesn't like sauce, you're allowed to grade that low. It's all on preference.
I'm gonna go with a 7. I mean, I'm just, unfortunately, I like a lot of sauce. But like you said, medium, you don't generally get a whole lot. So, yeah, I mean, overall, it was a great wing.
And then the price.
The price, I mean, I think that they're great. Like you said, $1.35 a wing in this economy.
In this wing economy, we haven't said it forever. We also haven't said the OG Jolie.
So you can't go wrong with that,
Out of 10?
What are we going to do, 8? I'm going to say 8.
8? You're going to come in right around Gary with the 77.
All right.
You know what else we haven't said in a while? Because he's in Peru or wherever, Machu Picchu. You people! We shipped Pisner off to Machu Picchu or somewhere. Gary was backpacking in Guatemala years ago. Ryan's in
He's writing
Machu
a
Picchu.
memoir.
He's running a memoir. Can you spell memoir?
No.
Okay.
Everybody say it.
Memoir? Speaking of memoirs, I think Ronald Dahl once wrote one called The BFG. Look at that callback there. That's pretty impressive that I know who wrote that.
All right.
I might have made that up, but it sounds
It's
right.
fine.
Fact check that. Let's get into it. Well, fact check.
BFG.
Anybody who's from Buffalo knows what chevettes is, and I'm 95% sure.
Maybe it stands for Buffalo something garlic.
Okay. All right. There's not a lot of sauce going on in there. Was I supposed to wait?
Buffalo
Nope,
fried.
you're good. Nope, on this one you're good to
I think I'm
go.
going to go one without dip, and then one with.
It was indeed Ronald Dahl.
All right. It's definitely different. Not something you get on a typical menu.
And it's not just chevettas either, it's a thing.
It's very vinegary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what that is.
Right. There's a little bit of sauce over that way.
It's almost like a Cerveta's salt and vinegar.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Uno más.
I think I like it better without the blue cheese. Because I think the blue cheese overpowers the flavor.
I think the exact opposite of you. I truthfully thought that the vinegar was very, very strong, and the blue cheese like diluted it very nicely. But that's why we do the show. Everybody has different tastes.
Right.
Gary?
Sorry, I was in the middle of a sip.
No, you're not.
Crisp. I'm gonna go with a 7. It's not as crispy as the medium. I had 2 drums. Meat, I'll go with a 7.5. Same size. Had 2 separate drums that were not very big. Sauce, I will go with an 8. It's almost kind of like a dry rub. I don't really know what you want to call it. It's like they soaked it in the sauce. It's not really a sauce or a dry rub, but it is.
I'm wondering if they did exactly what you just said. I'm wondering if they like marinated these.
It's definitely marinated.
It
like,
has to be, yeah.
it's definitely like that is your main form of chevettas. But then
Mm-hmm.
did they marinate that? And then they have like a salt style dry rub, and like they did that after maybe, because like that might be spot on what it is.
But it's not a sauce. It's more of like a marinade, like we were saying. Did I give that a score?
I think.
Okay.
I think so. I think you need flavor and price because
Flavor, I'll go with an 8. I did enjoy the flavor by itself. With the blue cheese, it's not bad, but I get the flavor more by itself. And then price, I'll probably go with a 8.5. I think I would pay for those. I don't have an issue with it. I actually would probably order those over the mediums. It'd be nice to maybe put a medium, combine that with medium.
that was what I was hoping one of these would be when I smelled the chevettas. I'm like, it'd be nice if it was like a chevettas and hot sauce. Because I don't think I've ever had that.
No. And then that's 78.
Alex?
Alright, so crispy, like Gary said, it was a bit lacking, so I'm going to go with a 7 for the crisp. Taste, I could eat a bag of salt and vinegar to the face, so that was definitely up my alley. I'm going to go with an 8.5 for taste. Meat, I feel like it's your standard wing. I'm going to go with like a 7.5 on that. What are we doing here?
Did you go sauce?
Oh, sauce. You know,
Sauce
it's hard
/ dry rub / marinade.
I'm not a connoisseur of like the dry rub versus sauce person, so
Ruby disagrees with you.
yeah, I know, Ruby. I'm gonna say, I mean, there could probably be a little bit more something. There was definitely a lot of like vinegar at the bottom. Like you said, probably maybe switching it up to like a half medium would probably be good. So I'm gonna go more like a 7.5 on that.
And then price.
Oh, price. I mean, like we said, he can't go wrong. We're gonna go with the 8.5 on that.
85 again. You are coming in right with Gary.
Nice.
78. I am all over the place on this one. I'm a little emotionally unstable on this one. I'm gonna go 6.5 on the crisp. Like I thought that one took a serious hit. Both of them. They were a little chewy, which is weird because usually like if I get a marinade like that, it's meant to kind of tenderize that. And I might have missed the boat a little. Amount of meat, I'll go 7.5. Like you said, spot on. I think it's as average of a size wing as you can get. Not bad, not great. Amount of sauce or dry rub. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
It leaves something to the imagination, but I did notice after the medium wing, Gary, the medium wing had one of the things you've always stated. It was almost too oily and very streaky.
Mm-hmm.
I had the streaks in my blue cheese from it. That at least was nice enough to be able to soak up blue cheese. That was the one benefit. If you like that with the blue cheese, it worked really well with that. I'll go with a 7.5. Flavor, I'm going to go 7. Missed the boat for me a little. I just don't give it a fancy name if it's, for the most part, just kind of, here's some chevettas.
Right.
I would have liked a little more flair to it. Maybe I just missed that flair. But
the big thing is, it's like, I want to know what I'm eating. I don't want to just be like, oh, this...
Surprise!
Yeah.
I did, like, as much as I haven't loved all of this, like, I'm still going to 8.5 on the price. Like, they're all very well priced wings. I feel like a masochist. I went with a 74. I kind of killed that one, but it's just not for me. But this one,
That's alright.
what almost looks like it says Bukkake,
Bukkake.
is the Buccipotomus. If I had to guess,
I'm excited for this.
it's a
one.
hot gar parm.
Even just, I like I'm gonna vote on looks for this one a little bit. It's definitely appeasing.
Yes.
Definitely appeasing. And we're just gonna
Yep.
go right in there.
Gary?
Good sauce. There's a good one. I don't know if double dipping is against protocol, but I'm gonna do it.
There's definitely something else besides just hot and gar parm.
I'm liking it. Butter crisp.
For sure. For how watery the sauce is. Yeah, I'm going right back in there.
This is gonna be one of those that you're like gonna grab before golf.
Yes, 100%.
I like it, but I'm not sure what I'm eating.
I don't mind it. It's a mystery.
It's like a flavor explosion.
There's something missing. I don't know what it is. In terms of picking out what the hell that it is.
Like you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious.
Like, there's definitely a third piece to this combination. It's, I guess the best way I can put this, it's almost like, think of when you have a combination lock, you have 3 numbers. We have 2/3 of the combination lock right now, and I don't know what the remaining part is.
I'm about to Google see if Buccipotomus is like something we just don't know. Like, is it like a code word for something?
You're not supposed to know.
It's like bussy, which it's not.
Badussy.
No, the Badussy. We got the Badussy on the show. Yes, that word hasn't been on the show in a while.
Oh, we've done it. All right.
Yes, yeah, Badussy's been here.
Got it.
Brandon or Jason definitely introduced that to our audience.
I enjoy that.
Definitely butchered the spellings, and nothing came up. So.
You know what the wild thing is, like, when I looked at it, like, I know, Gary, you're not a huge hockey guy, but there's a hockey writer, John Buccipotomus,
Yeah, I know that.
and it's, like, spelt the way Butchie's, like, start of his name is, and he's known for really liking, like, chicken parm, so I'm like, oh, maybe it'll be like a parm wing, maybe this, like, John Buccipotomus. But that's not parm, but I don't really know what it is. Alex, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that wing. Crisp was definitely good. I'm gonna say 8.5. Overall taste was my favorite wing out of the night for sure. I'm gonna give that a 9. I can't say that I have as large of a palate as you guys do with wings, so I was definitely feeling that one. I'm getting warm. I'm a weakling. I don't know how I'm gonna do with hot.
The thing of it is, I think this hot is part of that.
Okay.
So I think that's just maybe diluted a little because of the parm.
Right. Like I said, presentation was very good. I like that sauce. I'm gonna go with a 9 as well. That was just like hit it for me. Perfect amount, not too much. You don't want it swimming.
I think you're missing meat.
Meat was good. I'm gonna say 8. 8 was really good. I just had my flats per usual.
And
Price,
your price.
we're gonna stick with 8.5. I'm gonna go all the way through.
It's gonna be an 86 for you. I'm there with you on it, honestly. I'm gonna go with an 8.5 on crisp. something that's that saucy that has that crispness. It's kind of an anomaly, and I like it. Amount of meat, I'm gonna go back to an 8. Like, none of these have blown me away. Those were bad wings, but you know, it's not gonna get me like some stellar grade. Amount of sauce is a 9. That's everything I wanted more. There's some in the bottom of the barrel for the bullshit. They were covered very well. I think they have to be covered well because it's almost like they give it a dusting of very finely shredded or finely grated parm.
For
Yeah,
sure.
It's
was
like
a nice
a
touch.
very light dusting because it's like, I mean, we've seen it in the past where it's like, oh, you get some cheese, like actual fresh parm or like big clumps.
It's kind of
That's
nice.
just a
'cause,
nice
like,
little fine dust.
those places that do give you the big ones, it kind of ruins the wing.
Yes,
because too much.
it's
I
and
know
then it
there's-
soaks into a
There's never
soft spot.
too much cheese, but sometimes for wings, there's too much.
Too
cheese.
much cheese for texture point, not for flavor point. I get what you're saying though. But this flavor point, I'm gonna go 9.5. That was delicious. I'm still missing it. I'm still puzzled, but I want it. I'm gonna go 9.5 for price. I will probably go out of my way to buy that again. That's gonna be an 89 for me.
That was real good.
Gary,
I did really enjoy that wing. Like we were talking about it, there's a mystery flavor in there. I'm not mad about it. I wouldn't know what to call it, but crisp, I'll go with an 8.5. Crispy, I think it's the crispiest wing I've had out of the 3 so far. Meat, it's gonna take a little bit of a hit. I'm gonna go 7.5 or 7 instead of 7.5, just because both the drums I had were smaller and the drums in there were about the same size. Sauce, it's another one of those that's kind of dry rubbish, but not really a sauce. It's got that texture similar to this one, where it's marinated, but I don't think this one's a marinade. It's just weird. It's not really a sauce.
it's like a watery sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I'm gonna go with an 8.5, just because I felt like the whole wing had flavor to it, and they sauced them well, whatever they did to them. And then flavor, I'll go with an 8.5 as well. I enjoyed it. It blended well with the blue cheese, and it was a little bit spicy. And then price, I'll probably go with a 9, just because I would buy those. I don't have an issue with it. It's at 83.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to have that. I will definitely try those again. Hopefully they don't bomb out. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be a place that, you know, hits the top 25, but they're not bad wings. Probably
Did they have
better than
anything
house.
else on the menu, or was it just...
They had a couple random ones. They did have a sweet chili
Okay.
and a standard gar parm. I'm kind of glad I was going to ask if there's anything hotter than the hot. But like they didn't have anything listed, and I figured maybe one of these two would have been.
Okay.
So I guess it's a good thing I did just get the hot.
ooh, it looks spicy.
They look glowing, but I don't know. I hope it's the truth and they actually make their own.
I'm like waiting for it.
It's got a little bit above average heat to it for the fact that it's called just a hot.
That's what I like my mediums to taste like, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a little bit of a weenie. If I was a little more saucy, it would sad. Let's see. Please hold. That's definitely good.
I don't know if it's just Frank's. It doesn't taste like just Frank's,
Yeah.
but there's a chance.
There's a little more done to it. There's more of like a peppery kick that kind of constricts the tongue a little.
Already distracted by the colors over here.
Looking at Tiffy time.
Is this tape?
Yes. They would not be making it to Australia that fast.
You know,
Not the best, not the worst. this off.
Go ahead.
Crisp, it's a 7. It was crispier than the BFG, but it wasn't much crispier. Amount of meat, I'll step that up. I'll go 8.5. Both of mine were actually the biggest I've had so far this episode. Amount of sauce, it's a 7. I want more. Give me something else. Flavor's gonna be relative to the name, as it is. How does it like it? No, but they didn't call it an extra hot. They didn't call it a super hot. They didn't call it a triple X. It's not a suicide. It's a hot. I think this hits the nail on the head. I'm gonna go 8.5. Like, if you gave this to someone like James Hangle, he'd go, "That's kind of spicy."
Yeah.
You and I, Gary, we're masochists. We're tainted. So we've had worse. We kind of strive for worse, but this is not by far the worst thing I've had. Across the board, I'm going to go 8 on, like, price. I would buy most of these wings. It's a 78 for me. Gary?
What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of hot, it's pretty basic, but I do enjoy it. It's kind of like how I like my medium wings. For somebody else who's not really like a hot wing person, might be a little bit too hot. But it is what it is. Crisp, I will go with 7. It was similar to this wing that wasn't as crispy, but it's not really a big deal. Meat, I'll go with a 7.5. Sauce, I'll go with an 8.5. I think the amount of sauce on there was pretty good. They were red, glowing red, pretty much all the way around. No gripes there. And then flavor, I'll go with a 7.5. It's just a basic hot wing. And then price, I'll probably just go with an 8.5 because I would pay for them. Not terrible tasting.
You're going to be down there. Alex, finish us up.
Alright, well, I got baby gills, so I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I was thinking like I was going to cheer a little bit, you know, and it didn't hit that for me. So the sauce itself, I could have used a little more. You know, definitely when I eat hot, I'm usually a little more sweaty. And it just wasn't like that for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.5. Crispiness, well, we can do a 7.5 as well. I mean, overall, these just take the cake for me. These were the crispiest, the tastiest, the sauciest. These ones, like Kyle said, could definitely use a little bit more. Meat, I don't know. I feel like it's 7.5 all the way across the board for me. I would just think maybe I came into it with a little bit of a better or a higher expectation. And the price, I wouldn't really go for those if I was going for a hot. Definitely more of a specialty place here, I feel like, for these wings.
Do you go 7.5 across the board?
I think so, yeah.
So 75 it is.
We've noticed a lot of the places that do a lot of specialty wings are very lazy with their hots and mediums.
Right.
In the past, we've talked about it. They kind of just, okay, these are...
Whatever.
They'll get ordered, but everyone's here for the Buccipotomus, or the BFG, or the whatever, and they get lazy with the basics.
The boogie dookie.
Yeah. Gary? Anything else we want to say in here? Or you want to give a rundown?
I'm impressed with the place. It's another, I think, one of those little gems. It's nothing that's going to blow me out of the water, but like I would eat here. I would eat their wings if we golf out that way. Something we could do after or before golf.
Yeah, or during golf.
Yeah. So
somewhere that is good enough to where I would want to go and try more flavors, definitely. It was definitely nothing that, you know...
That turned you off to it.
No, yeah, it's definitely all around good. You know, it wasn't bad in any regard, but it was just, you know, that Buki killed it. That's definitely a Buffalo-style wing, you know. Ciabatta's is local, and we all love that.
Friend of the show, one of our coworkers actually told me he goes here for other food and said they're lights out. So I had higher expectations. They're not bad, but not exactly as great as everybody kind of made them out to be, I guess.
And to be fair, it is Friday during
They
Lent,
were getting killed.
So
They're getting killed.
I understand some things. Sometimes you don't always get the best. People say Elmo's isn't good when it's busy. Like there's always somebody who's going to say bad things about a place or good things about a place, and it just depends. I mean, I'm impressed with it. It's not dog shit wings. I'm not gonna write them off, but
No,
They're decent enough.
the kitchen staff was super friendly. Bartenders were super attentive. Place is a nice little place. A lot of older people hanging out in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's this located again?
On Seneca, right near the 400 overpass.
Okay.
Gary, you want to give us, actually, Alex, is there anything you want to give a shout out to, or?
I just want to say thanks for having me, and this was great. I can't wait to experience more wings with you guys, and cheers to all you.
Absolutely. Gary?
We do our rundown. TikiTribeTVPro.squarespace.com. That's where all of our podcasts are at. This one and a bunch of others. And we have our all of our sponsors on there too, and their pictures and whatnot. Speaking of sponsors, Kyle at chicken_dippin on Instagram. Use code 716 to get your 15% off on your car insurance.
That'll do it for you?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nikki Two Scoops as well. Hit him up for his ice cream. You will not be disappointed.
I've been craving that Death by Peanut Butter.
I keep saying I'm going to get there and I haven't. Shout out to Jeanette at the Therapy Sessions Buffalo. Soon to be changing their name.
Yeah?
Yeah, little insider info. She's moving and changing her name.
Oh, really?
In a good way. But hit her up. She's now a part of our podcasting family. It hasn't dropped yet. We did not get as far as we thought we would with recording. And shout out to our other new show, Raw Talent Sleepers, football podcast. But guys, I think that'll do it for now. I have a crying baby to go take care of. Until next time, guys, you keep on spreading those wings where it spreads your legs.
Consensually.
Peace out.